Konnichiwa, Japanese amo no Misa desu. Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to say I love you in Japanese. So if you Google how to say I love you, you might get あなたを愛しています. But never say this. Oh my gosh, if someone says this to me, I'm like, nope. 大丈夫です. I'm good, thank you. Anyway, the first problem is the word あなた. I've mentioned this in probably every single video. Maybe not, that's an exaggeration, but like that was one of the first articles I've written on my website and one of the things that I talk about a lot. Don't call someone あなた, okay? あなた does mean you, but it sounds rude. You can use that when you're writing, for example, an article or it's in textbooks, that's normal. But always make sure to replace the word あなた with the person's name. I still get comments asking me what to say instead of the word あなた. Use the name of the person you're talking to. So, you know, when someone asks you 元気 or 元気ですか? Like, are you doing well? How are you doing? You can say 元気 or 元気です formally, and then you ask the person back, right? You say, and you? And when my student says あなたは? I'm like, I'm not answering that. So you want to always say ミサは informally, or ミサさんは or ミサ先生は formally. Never say あなた, okay? So if you're talking to someone you love and you're still calling that person あなた, you have a problem. So if you change あなた into the person's name, this sentence is actually bearable. Like if you say ミサを愛しています, it's still too much. But you can still use this phrase 愛してる or 愛しています at extreme situations like at the wedding, when you propose someone, or when you're dying. Okay, so in anime, if you hear characters saying 愛してる, 愛しています, then that character is probably dying. The same with the phrase さよなら, right? さよなら does mean goodbye, but usually it implies that you're not going to see that person in a long time unless you're at school. Then the teacher might say さよなら, but that usually stops at the primary school, and then people just start using words, phrase like 失礼します. I'll excuse myself when leaving. So yeah, you don't really say さよなら. Again, if a character says 愛してる, さよなら, then yeah, she's dying, he's dying. But yeah, if you have a ring ready for your girl or boy and you know, you're proposing, you could say 結婚してください. 結婚してくれる? Marry me. And then when she or he says yes, you can say 愛してる. You know, that's fine. But in other cases, 愛してる is extreme, too much. A lot of Japanese people will be like, huh? What are you saying? Obviously, it depends on the couple. Some couples don't care that it's too much. But a lot of people I know don't really say it casually. Not because they don't love each other, but rather because they want to save that strong word for something very special. So a lot of Japanese people think that if you say I love you too much, or 愛してる especially, then it loses the meaning. And if that person is also influenced quite heavily by the Western culture, they might think 愛してる is nothing. Like, why not? And they might say that a lot too. Funny because there is this story, this famous author, Natsume Soseki, or Soseki Natsume, his books are great by the way, check them out, once were teaching English and his student was translating the phrase I love you from English to Japanese. And that student used the verb aisu, which is the verb to love, from Aishiteru. And Soseki said Japanese people don't say that. And instead, he said Japanese people would rather say, for example, 月が綺麗ですね. 月が綺麗ですね. Which literally means the moon is beautiful. There is actually anime called 月が綺麗, the moon is beautiful. And it's a pretty anime, so check it out. And this translation is quite beautiful. But it's kind of funny because he thought that Japanese people would rather say that the moon is beautiful. You're looking at something beautiful together and you're enjoying the time. And we don't really use the verb aisu because that's too much. Because we are always indirect, right? When we want to say no, we don't really say iie or muri, like impossible, I can't do it. We'd rather use the word like chotto, which means a little. So if someone says like 明日暇? And you want to say, I'm not free tomorrow. You can say 暇じゃない. And that's grammatically correct, but not culturally correct. People would rather say 明日はちょっと. Although people do definitely say 明日ちょっと忙しいんだ. But people definitely still use the word ちょっと. So although you can still put 忙しい, busy, and say you're busy, but a lot of the time people still like to insert the word a little bit to soften it, to make it less direct. So you don't want to say, I'm not free, I'm busy, sorry. We say, I'm a little busy, oh, it's a little difficult. Okay, so 月が綺麗ですね can be a pretty phrase. And you can definitely use it as a joke, but most people would be like, huh? Maybe. I think a lot of Japanese people know this story, so they would get it. So, that can be your inside, story, I don't know, inside joke. There is a better to say, I love you, in Japanese, of course. Which is suki or daisuki. So suki means to like. This is not actually a verb, but rather an adjective which means favorite. For example, 好きな歌手 means favorite singer. So you can, for example, say 好きな歌手は宇多田ヒカルです. My favorite singer is Hikaru Utada. But you can also say something が好き, or you can even omit が if you're speaking informally and say something 好き to mean I like something. You probably already have heard that I love Pikachu. I can say Pikachu 好き, right? And if you add dai in front of 好き, if you look at the kanji, that means big. So you add big in front of the word 好き, like, then that means love. So that's stronger than 好き, obviously. So I can say Pikachu 大好き. I love Pikachu. So I said 大好き is stronger than 好き, right? But people sometimes still prefer to use 好き when telling their partner how they feel. Like they can just say 好き to mean I love you. And that sounds pretty cute. It doesn't mean they don't love as much as 大好き can, for example, express. So they can obviously say 大好き to mean I love you, but 好き is still used as I love you. But here's the thing. Japanese people don't really want to say 愛してる, but they also don't really want to say 好き or 大好き. So this is the problem, right? People say something が好き, like objects が好き, or even like 歌手が好き, like the favorite singer's name が好き. But a lot of Japanese people have hard time telling each other I love you. So most of my friends don't really say 好き or 大好き that often. A lot of them said that they only say 大好きmaybe once a month tops, or once in a year. Someone said once in a year as well on their birthday or something. To me, this is crazy. I'm the sort of person who needs to hear it all the time. So again, it depends on the person. Personally, I want to say suki, daisuki all the time. But some people also don't like to hear it because they think then that word doesn't really mean anything because you're saying it so casually. It's just not special anymore. Again, I would personally say the name suki or the name suki dayo, the name daisuki dayo. I actually add this dayo a lot at the end. Generally, people say this daisuki dayo a lot. So the yo ending particle is used when they want the other person to pay attention or when they are telling something new to the other person. So it's not like it's the first time telling I love you. It could be, but people still say daisuki dayo. It's like, hey, I love you. And girls out there, or boys too, if you want to sound cute, you can say ne daisuki or ne daisuki dayo. Add this ne in front of it and your partner might swoon. So ne means hey, like trying to get attention. Not as in hey, hello, but rather hey, listen to me. Or when you poke someone, like hey, trying to get the attention. You say ne, like hey. Guys can say it too. Again, it depends on how masculine you want to be. Japanese girls often like kawaii kind of boys. If you, for example, look at Janice, which is a really popular J-pop group, or more like an agency, a lot of the time the popular Japanese boys or guys don't act like the sort of like Hollywood stars, the sort of men that are popular in the West. A lot of the time, Japanese guys also use ne as well. But again, if you are kind of tough guy, you might not. Anyway, personally, I like to say ne suki dayo. So I said that Japanese people don't generally like to really say I love you that often, but they still love hearing it if it's less direct. So when you want to say I love you, you usually say the person's name and then daisuki or suki, like Misa daisuki, I love you Misa. You can, for example, say そういうとこ大好き。そういうとこ大好き。And そういうとこ大好き means that's what I love about you. That's what I like about you. So そういう means that kind of, that way. とこ means part. It can mean place, but it can also mean a part. So そういうとこ, that part you're showing. Not like body part, but like the thing you're doing, the way you're acting. が大好き, I love. Maybe your boyfriend is just always goofing around, or maybe your girlfriend is, helping strangers. And you want to say, that's what I love about you. You can say, そういうとこ大好き. And this is not the same as, I love you. So it's less direct. So people don't get shocked as much. But it's still nice. Japanese people like it when people are specific. So some of my friends told me that they would rather hear personality traits being praised, like 優しいね, you're kind, 頭いいね, you're smart, 頼りになるね, I can always count on you, instead of just I love you, 大好き. So again, it depends on the person. Personally, I need both. So that's how you can say I love you using the word suki or daisuki. But there are a few other ways to express your love. For example, you can just say 幸せ, I'm happy, when you're with your partner. 幸せ, which means I'm happy. And that's still very nice too. Again, some people also prefer hearing that instead of just always hearing I love you, daisuki, or, Aishiteru. And then instead of just 幸せ, you can, for example, say name と一緒にいられて幸せ. So, for example, you're talking to Sakura-chan. Then, さくらと一緒にいられて幸せ. 桜と一緒にいられて幸せ。And for example, a guy's name Masato. Masato と一緒にいられて幸せ。So, と here means with. 一緒 means together. When we want to say being together with someone, we always say someone と一緒。And いられる and this いられて is in the potential form, but the dictionary form is いる to be somewhere, to exist. And then いる becomes いられる, and then you change いられる into いられて, the te form. When you want to say I'm happy to do something, you use the te form in front of 幸せ or 嬉しい, glad, happy, and say て嬉しい、て幸せ. So 一緒にいられて幸せ. And then instead of 幸せ, you can also say 嬉しい. So you can say マサトと一緒にいられて嬉しい. And that's a really nice thing to say too. Romantic. And Japanese people really like this word 一緒 together. For example, you can say ずっと一緒. This literally means always be together. But for example, you can say ずっと一緒にいよう. ずっと一緒にいよう. And that literally means let's be together always. I want to always be with you. Yeah, it's like always and forever. I want to always be with you. Japanese people really, really like saying this. ずっと一緒 or ずっと一緒にいよう. And another interesting one, you can also say 私は here girl. 私はずっと the person's name の味方だよ. So for example, again, let's use Masato. 私はずっとマサトの味方だよ. And this means I'm always on your side. 味方 means ally. So literally it's like I'm your ally. I'm your friend. But basically this is used like I'm on your side. So no matter what others tell you, I'm always on your side. So even if they say you're wrong, you're not. I'm always on your side. Japanese people really like this too. A guy could say, 俺は、僕は、ずっと、桜の味方だよ. And we can also omit the subject too and say, ずっと、桜の味方だよ. I'm always on your side, Sakura. So these words don't necessarily mean I love you, but, you know, it means I've got your back, I'm always on your side. And that, you know, implies that you care for that person, you love that person. But I think even if the person you're dating doesn't really like to say, I love you that often, it's definitely good to say that once in a while, at least. Definitely like on Valentine's Day or, you know, something big happens, definitely say 大好き or 好き. But also I think it's really nice to keep telling each other 好き, 大好き, you know, often. Again, it really depends on the person. You can either see how the other person acts or you can just start it for the other person. So you can just, you know, say I love you, 大好き, 好き a lot, and maybe the other person will start feeling comfortable saying it back. But be careful because some people might think that's too much. So, you know, that's why relationship is hard, right? And one thing, we don't say any of these phrases, maybe except for 味方だよ, I'm on your side, to our family. So in Japanese family, it's weird to say I love you, 大好き. Or if you say 愛してる, it might sound like some incest is going on. So you want to be careful. Like some of my friends who have, for example, a Japanese mom and non-Japanese dad, for example, and they speak, for example, English and Japanese in the house, but they never say 大好き in Japanese, but they just stick to I love you in English. So that's really interesting, right? I don't ever say 大好き to my mom. Maybe when I was like 3 years old, I don't know. And yeah, you might think that's sad, and I do think it's sad too, but that's just the culture, right? Again, Japanese people would rather show the affection or love in a different way. Instead of saying I love you, they would say I'm always on your side. いつも味方だよ or 無理しないでね Don't push yourself too hard. 無理しないでね or just caring. Cooking, baking, and even like giving massage. Those gestures can still mean something, right? Okay, so if you love someone, make sure to say 好き or 大好き. And it's also nice to add the person's name. Never say あなた, okay? Never あなた好き unless you are calling your husband. Because あなた can be used to call your husband. Like instead of like honey, we sometimes say あなた. Personally, I wouldn't say it. My mom also would never say it. I've never heard actually anyone say it. Maybe I've only heard women calling their husbands あなた in dramas. But I think some people still do it. So it's really nice to add the name. Name is really important in Japanese culture. Like I said, we don't use the word you, but rather we use the name of the person, right? So we like to hear the name. We don't want to be called you, we want to be called by our own names. So I really feel happy when I hear Misa 大好き, not just 大好き. Like Misa 好きだよ, Misa 大好きだよ. And that means a lot because it's just a nice bonus. And even if you're in a relationship where you always tell each other, I love you, 大好き, it's also nice to add the phrases I told you, like そういうとこ大好き. That's what I love about you. Or 一緒にいられて幸せ. I'm so happy to be with you. So yeah, try those phrases. And if you're not in a relationship, it's okay. You can just leave a comment. Misa sensei no 動画が好き. I like Misa sensei's videos. So I'll be waiting for your comments. コメント待ってます. Okay, thank you so much for watching. And also if you could check out my Patreon page, I would really be grateful. Even just checking out means a lot. Alright, thank you so much. じゃあまたね。バイバイ。